I'm a Hervey Bay boy, born and bred in Hervey Bay, up in Queensland, youngest of 4. Just played footy for the Seagulls there as a kid growing up. I think it was under sixes. I think I played my first game and turned around to my dad and said, "Oh, I don't like this game." It was a bit too rough for me at the start, and pretty much played it until under 15s up in Hervey Bay, and then I actually got an opportunity to start my apprenticeship with my uncle on the Sunshine Coast, and I took that up and didn't even plan on really playing footy on the coast, just sort of fell into it in Caloundra, and just got my coach at the time, did a bit of scouting for Penrith, and they sort of come up with the idea of bringing me down for a trial. It wasn't until sort of last year I actually really fell into full-time footy anyway, so I was always used to working and playing footy, but I think just the step up in the level, coming down, starting even SG ball, just the jump in training and all that was hard at the start. But I always thought of the long run. I don't know exactly what year at school it was, but like probably everyone does in school, what do you want to do when you grow up? And there would have been a good 5 to 10 of us in that room that would have said the same thing, and that was to be a footy player, to be an NRL player. Just growing up, that was just all we used to do pretty much and watch. But I think that all folds back into Dad. He's probably a bit like me, if you ask anyone who knows me, a bit of a larrikin, lovable guy. Yeah, so go back to 2007, and Dad was just playing for the Seagulls, playing reserve grade. Nothing special, just a runabout bloke playing with his mates, and yeah, they played up a game in Bundaberg one day, and he finished the game, and usually he's the first bloke in the sort of to go into the pig pen, they call it, and have a few beers with the boys while the boys watch the A grade play or whatever. And this day he just didn't feel up to it, and he said he was going to go lay down in the car, and halfway through the first game, I think it was, a couple of my uncles, they were like, "Oh, it's not like Hoppy, he's not with us." I went and checked up on him, and they found him, he wasn't breathing in the back of the car. He just had a massive heart attack. So I remember the day pretty vividly. We actually weren't in Bundaberg watching him play. My older brother was there, and yeah, it's a hard day to recall, but yeah, I'll never sort of forget that. Especially as a young kid, you probably sort of don't really know how to deal with the loss of a parent or something like that. I think Mum was working out of home in a salon that sort of all the Dad's mates had built for us just to keep us rolling. Yeah, you think back to times, you wonder even how we kept the roof over our head and the food on the table. So like I said, like even as a kid, you don't really even realise how much of a hard job that would have been. So yeah, the amount of respect and the way she dealt with that, yeah, I will never know how to repay her for that. After last year, I did a lot of work in the off-season. I did a lot of work to get my body right even before the pre-season started, and then as we got into the pre-season, they had Hayden and Ivan come up with a thing to do your vision, what your vision was, and mine was pretty easy. Yeah, it was just an NRL debut was my vision.
We're going to get, because it's his birthday, let's get down Maney. Last time we had you up here was in the pre-season, and you were killing it.
Hey Maney, what are you doing this weekend? Want to come up and play against the Tigers?
They got me a beauty there, I didn't even know. As soon as he said, "What are you doing on the weekend?" it sort of ran through my head, and yeah, I couldn't believe it, didn't know what to do. I just was thinking, oh, you're G'ing up, you know what I mean? And then yeah, when the boys were getting up and getting around it, then it makes you feel good. I've been trying not to think too much about the game yet. Obviously I've thought about the family that's going to be there and the crowd that's going to be there cheering me on. I can't wait to be a part of that and a part of this team as well. Yeah, Dad, I think for sure he'll be there watching over me, and being a larrikin, I'm sure he'll have a beer in hand up there for sure, so it'll be a good night.